Seth Painter here with the Pharma CX Chatcast. Panagora known primarily for live events, chatting with all your favorite pharma folks about all things customer experience. With us is Jared Shechtman from Intercept Pharmaceuticals. Say hi, Jared.
Hi, Seth. Pleasure to be on the show.
Tell us a little bit about what you do and what you're currently doing.
I'm a consultant at Intercept Pharmaceuticals, focused on digital marketing at the moment on the HCP experience.
Do you have a disclaimer for us?
I do. Any opinions I'm giving today are mine and mine alone and have no bearing on the position of Intercept Pharmaceuticals.
Sounds good. So, Jared, in a broad sense, what does customer experience mean to you?
You know, for the HCP side, it's really about engaging with the physician as the customer and meeting their needs wherever that might be. So if their needs are getting them samples, that's really what it is at the most base level. Getting them the educational materials they need and serving it up in a way that's going to be valuable for them. And in today's world, that really means a virtual environment and making sure that we're able to adapt that which might have been print into a virtual experience and make sure that it's done so in a thoughtful way so that they're still getting the most out of it.
So you're saying that customer experience, at least in the HCP domain, is primarily digital, or is that a functionality of where we're at right now?
I would not say, as a digital person, I would love to say that it's primarily digital, but that's really not the truth. The rep is the quarterback of the relationship. They stay at the center no matter what's going on in the times. If we're in a face-to-face environment or if we're in a hybrid, partially virtual environment, the rep remains at the center, but we use digital as a way to give them the best experience and the best tools to deliver on what they need. So some of our physicians, they might not be in the office every single day at the moment, but you might be able to get them for 20 minutes on a virtual call instead of 4 minutes hallway conversation. And I have a tendency to think that that 20-minute conversation is going to be far more valuable.
Certainly, I agree with that. Now, both digital transformation, digital itself, customer experience, they've all been buzzwords here for the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, etc. And all organizations are really at different parts of their digital journey. But when you think about customer experience, is customer experience now exclusively digital? Is digital now customer experience? Can the two be separated? Should they be separated?
I don't think that the two can be separated, and nor do I think they should be. With all the information that we're able to get in the digital space and have those insights as far as what that customer is doing and understand what information they're interacting with, will tell us a lot about what they need next and how we're best able to meet that need.
So when I think about digital and customer experience, obviously there's the flexibility of digital to be able to increase that. Is that something that is now considered table stakes? Is that very basic, or is the flexibility certainly a premier factor of why digital is at the forefront of CX?
It's a little bit of both. I think that the ability to be completely flexible is really critical in this time. You know, we can adjust a digital NPP spend very, very quickly, as opposed to print where you might not be able to do that. That said, you can also take a digital experience and you get a call from one of your high-writing physicians. Maybe he's 500 miles away. You can't drive there in an hour. You can jump on a virtual call with him in a matter of minutes.
And being able to make that connection, although not in person, is certainly going to drive the CX with the HCP on a number of different fronts.
Yep, exactly. And it's always about keeping that rep at the center of the relationship.
So, Jared, what is your favorite digital channel?
I did spend a lot of time this week talking about social. I really do love the social space because it is in a lot of ways equivalent to what used to be someone calling the office. You know, if someone wants some information, they might go to Twitter, they might go to Facebook, even Instagram. Um, it is the ringing phone of today.
TikTok?
I'm not a fan of that one. I think that like a lot of platforms, you got to take a step back, understand. Are we really going to still be using this thing down the line? I mean, we all remember Google Plus. It was the hottest thing in the world for about 90 days.
Absolutely. I think my 9-year-old daughter would disagree with you, but perhaps that's an entirely different market and demographic that we're searching for there. So, last question. I see on the pennant that you have hanging on the wall. That's a New York Jets pennant. Final question. Is there any hope for the New York Jets?
I've been a lifelong Jets fan. I bleed green and white. I have been to the home opener pretty much every year since I could walk. The running joke is that the first word I learned to spell was Jets.
That makes
Jets,
sense.
Jets, Jets. So I start every season with hope. And sometime around October, November, that starts dissipating.
So let's start fresh and see what happens here in the fall, and we can probably check in with you later as the season develops. So thank you for joining us, Jared. Will we see you at the Panagora CX conference coming up in September?
Absolutely.
Okay. We're going virtual with that this year, but hopefully back to live in 2021. Jared, thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Pleasure as always.